dear friends. Vivan Sharma here. So I've come back after a long time. I've been really missing you all. So today I'm going to narrate a story, okay, about our beloved Ganpati Bappa. Let me take you back to an unimaginably long time ago. The Samudra Manthan had just been finished and Lakshmi Mata had re-emerged from the Shir Sagar or infinite ocean. So she had accepted Vishnu Bhagwan's proposal and they were soon to be married. Every god in heaven had come. Everywhere the preparations were set. And of course, how can any marriage, how can any function in heaven be complete without the presence, without the blessing, without the grace of Mahadev? So Mahadev, he was leaving with his family to attend the wedding. And now, who is going to take care of Mount Kailash while he is away? So Mahadev, he had gone. He had instructed his son Ganesh to take care of Kailash Parvat while he was away. He instructed Ganesh, Putra, now I am leaving. Make sure that nobody will be able to take advantage of my absence. You are in charge now. So Ganesh ji is the excellent. He is the best possible guard for Kailash. Okay? He himself was created for the protection of Kailash Parvat by Parvati Mata from haldi paste. Okay, he was not the biological son. And now he is guarding all of us from evil. So obviously he alone is going to protect Kailash Parvat while Mahadev is away. So Ganesh Bhagwan is a god. He is having all the powers. So he is having Divya Drishti. He is able to see everything from a distance. So he's not missing out on anything either. So while this multitasking is going on, he is taking care of everything, he is handling everything, and at the same time he is enjoying the wedding from afar. He is seeing all of the guests coming one by one. All of the rishis, all of the sages, they are coming, and then he notices Narad Muni is not anywhere to be seen. When is he going to come? And the moment his name came in Ganesh Bhagwan's mind, he came. Narayan, Narayan jap karte hue. Now Narad Muni is obviously very mischievous. He is always up to something. He's got something in his mind. He always wants to start some argument or the other. So he greeted Ganesh Bhagwan and he asked, Ganesh ji, you are one of the most powerful gods. Why weren't you invited? Ganesh ji respectfully replied, Narad Muni, I have been invited, but my father has instructed me to take care of Kailash Parvat while he is away. So Narad Muni got an idea. Now I am going to make him angry. He said, Ganesh ji, your father didn't leave you behind here to protect the mountain. He knows that you are a voracious eater. He knows that you will eat up everything if you come. So that is why he instructed you to stay here. Now Ganesh Bhagwan is Param Shant. He is never angry. So he didn't get offended. But Ganesh Bhagwan's Vahan, Mushak Raj, he got very angry. He cannot let his Swami, he cannot let his Ishta Devata get made fun of. Mushak Raj went red in the face. But he could have bitten the sage then and there, but he is not going to do that. Mushak Raj is clever. He is going to think of a better plan. He summoned his vast army of mice and instructed them to go to the Shir Sagar or ocean of milk and dive in. What they are going to do in there, only Narad Muni will know. So Narayan, Narayan jap karte hue, he continued onward and eventually he reached the shore, he reached the beach, and there was a vast bridge that was crossing the ocean of milk. And eventually, after he crossed it, he would reach the immense wedding pavilion of Vishnu and Lakshmi. He was going to reach his god's wedding. Nothing could stop him now, no matter how far it was. The moment he put his foot on the bridge, The moment he put his foot on the bridge, it collapsed. He was on the bridge 1 second and in the water the other. Immediately he started remembering his God, Vishnu ji bachao mere ko, Vishnu ji bachao mere ko, Mam Rakshamam. Nothing. The water kept on getting deeper and deeper. He was flailing helplessly. He could not stay afloat. And then in the distance, he saw a huge number of mice coming out from the water. That moment alone he understood that, oh my goodness, I made fun of Ganpati and now his Vahan's followers have come to teach me a lesson. They have gnawed away, they have bitten the whole foundation of the bridge. They are not going to leave me alone. So he did the only thing he could do. दोनों हाथ जोड़ दिए और गणेश भगवान की स्तुति करने लगा. Then Ganesh Bhagwan's attention was diverted. Someone is calling my name at this time. He started looking away from the wedding and he saw, oh my goodness, Narad Muni is in the water, he is helpless. That moment he commanded all of the mice to dive in again into the water and help Narad Muni cross. So all of these millions of mice, they gathered together and they lifted him up out of the water. They swam frantically and they reached the wedding pavilion. Narad Muni was able to reach on time. Oh, thank goodness, he was saved. He was not going to miss out on anything. So in this way, Ganesh Bhagwan, he saved the day. He managed to look, okay, our Ganesh Bhagwan, his heart is so big. He forgives everyone and he saves everyone. So then time came, Mahadev, he told Ganesh, now it is time to come. Ganesh Bhagwan came, he enjoyed all of the music, all of the dance, all of the food. Everything was excellent. It was one of the grandest weddings that heaven had ever seen in such a long time. And then something else happened. All of a sudden, everywhere, heat, tremendous heat, everywhere. My goodness, nobody was able to tolerate anything. Nobody was able to tolerate everything. It was just too hot. Now Mahadev knew what was going on. He had seen everything from afar. There was an Asur, okay? There was an Asur, Analasur. Analasur, he had obtained a Vardhan from Brahmaji that he will have tremendous heat in his body, he will have infinite heat in his body, and through that he was able to overpower everyone and he had got the whole world tormented by him. Ganesh Bhagwan knew what to do. The moment everything was finished, he went. He knew where Analasur was. He challenged Analasur to a battle. Analasur was thinking, what will he do? He tried to throw all of his weapons at Ganesh ji. Nothing. And Ganesh ji, he had a very unique way of defeating this demon. He is a god. He is omnipotent. He can do anything. So Analasur, he turned into a modak. He turned Analasur into a modak. Ganesh Bhagwan ate the modak up. Finished. So you might be thinking, crisis averted. Nothing is going to happen after this. The universe was saved. But Ganesh Bhagwan was in trouble now. The heat was in Analasur's body, not in his soul or mind. Analasur's body was the modak, and the modak was in Ganesh Bhagwan's stomach. Ganesh Bhagwan was very troubled. My goodness, he was in so much trouble. He was in so much pain. Such a horrendous stomach ache he got. His parents were not able to withstand this. Shivji and Parvati Mata, they could not withstand this. So, one by one, they started commanding everyone to help. Shivji, he took the holy water of the Ganga that flows out of his hair, and Ganpati Bappa drank it up. But nothing, no effect. Vishnu Bhagwan came, he gave some nectar from the lotus that he carries, still no effect. Now Mahadev remembered Brahmaji. Brahmaji was the one who gave the Vardhan. Everything was his fault. So Brahmaji was convinced to give Ganesh Amrit. Nothing could happen. One by one, everyone kept trying. And eventually it was Kashyap Rishi and a group of 88,000 sages. They came carrying 108 blades of Durva grass. They instructed Ganesh Bhagwan to eat it. Ganesh Bhagwan ate 21 blades, everything was normal. Once he finished the other 87, everything was so cool, he was enjoying it. So this is the reason why we offer Durva grass to Ganesh Bhagwan in every puja. Thank you so much for listening. It was a real pleasure to narrate this story. Thank you so much.